Hi folks, hope you're doing well. Blake here and I'm back with another music related YouTube video, and this one is another one of my monthly series of 5 independent and or local musicians you should check out and their fantastic recent releases. So I'll go over 5 talented musicians you may not have heard of and some brilliant music they've just put out that you should definitely check out. As always, all the links to everyone I mentioned will be in the description below for the video, so make sure to go and listen to their music and to follow them on social media channels as well. And I've made a Spotify playlist a long time ago now, but every time I do another video in this series I add the selections to that playlist, and we're now over 100 songs on there, so there's hours and hours of fantastic music. Make sure to go and follow that playlist and listen to all the brilliant music that's been put on it. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so first up we've got Pat Cunningham. So Pat is a super talented percussive and fingerstyle guitarist, and he puts out some incredible instrumental music that you need to check out. He's based originally where I'm from, so like Mansfield, Nottinghamshire in the UK, but he's now currently living in London and kind of releasing music and stuff from London. And he's just released a new album and it's called Park Avenue. So to kind of celebrate the release of Park Avenue, Pat's actually just done a headline show at the 229 in London, and he's really worth seeing. So I'm going to show you a little bit of one of his songs, and definitely be sure to follow him on social media for updates regarding where his upcoming gigs are and future music as well. So for anyone that's a fan of instrumental music and especially acoustic guitar, you should definitely check out Pat. I'm going to show you a little video. This song is called Chameleon and it's a live version of Pat playing the song. There's so many kind of technical elements that he brings in. It's got a beautiful tone to it. So quite a long piece, I'm just going to show a little bit of it, but it's really moving, really beautiful to listen to, very calming as well. A lot of really cool percussive elements and kind of, like I say, kind of technical parts, harmonics and things like that he brings into it, which are really, really cool. So here is a little bit. This is a live performance of Chameleon by Pat Cunningham, and it's from his new album, which is called Park Avenue. Okay, next up we've got Larsonen. So for any kind of electronic music fans out there, you'll definitely like this artist. So Larsonen is US based. They are an electric music producer and they make everything from kind of lo-fi music all the way to like drum and bass. So depending on what your kind of vibe is, what you're feeling at the time, they can do super upbeat music like the one I'm going to talk about, but also more sort of chilled out lo-fi stuff. Some really cool electronic music, and Larsonen are very commonly releasing music as well. This person actually reached out to me on Reddit and I've listened to some of their music and really enjoyed it. So their most recent single is called Go and it's available now, and I'll show you a little bit of the YouTube video. You can get them at Larsonen Music or Larsonen on different kind of social media channels, so be sure to kind of reach out, listen to their music and follow them for upcoming gigs and news and so on. And like I said, this one's called Go, so it's a really upbeat kind of driving drum and bass track with different electronic elements, but it also kind of gives way at some point to some more kind of serene little piano parts. So the song is really beautifully put together, and I really like the production here and how it goes from kind of more calm parts to parts that are really built up and a sort of driving drum and bass rhythm that's going on, and really good if you want to kind of get inspired and kind of get pumped for something, whether that's going on a run, going on a night out, whatever you're doing. So this is a really upbeat track, and it's one in the line of many kind of electronic tracks that have been released recently by Larsonen. Be sure to go and check them out, and this song is called Go. Okay, so next this month we have Edie Bens. So Edie is a very talented Welsh singer-songwriter and she's currently based in Brighton. She's actually been recently blowing up, so she's picked up a lot of attention from BBC Radio in different stations, including a play on BBC Radio 1 as well, which is amazing. So Edie is a pop artist, but she's also kind of inspired by like country and folk as well, and you can hear that a little bit in the twang of her voice and also in kind of some of the instrumental parts that come into the songs. They're really beautiful, and she's just released her debut EP, which is called Playing Pretend. There's 5 tracks on the EP, and I strongly suggest you go and check it out. It's really great, and I'm going to talk about one specifically, which is called Don't Love You Anymore. So as you might imagine, Don't Love You Anymore is about being resolute in your decision that you're finished with a relationship, and it talks about your interactions with kind of people that knew the person you were with. It's got a sad story but beautiful singing from Edie, and you get the feeling that she has this kind of inner confidence about the story that she's telling, and it's got really kind of punchy, percussive kind of section as well. The kind of rhythmic backing is really punchy and it's great kind of pop song. So recently Edie completed a tour where she went through a few cities and played a few different headline shows, including in Brighton, in London and in Swansea as well, I think, and she puts all of her gigs and news on her social media. So be sure to go and look her up at Edie Bens Music or Edie Bens on social media channels. But here is a little bit of the official music video for Don't Love You Anymore.
Yesterday she turned 80, but it's time to tell her I'm not the one. And maybe she'll say that she
Okay, so next up we have Chasing Deer. So Chasing Deer is a musical project which is led by Rob Hodkinson. So Rob is the singer and songwriter, and he's also got a backing band in a lot of his performances. So the band have played some really big gigs, including playing at the Royal Albert Hall and even playing in front of the Kenyan president, which is crazy. And they've got loads and loads of music out there. So Chasing Deer have most recently released a new single called Now, and it's about kind of making every moment last and making the most of the time right now, because you won't get those moments again. And it was kind of done in collaboration with another singer-songwriter called Ollie Hayes, and I'll also put his descriptions below as well, so you can go and check him out and his music as well. But I'm going to talk about a different song, which is a previous release from the band, and it's called Always Been You. So I'll show you a live performance of this song on YouTube in a moment, but this is really nostalgic for me of kind of 80s pop songs. So it's a love song, but it's got a very kind of driving chorus. There's a lot to sing along to, and you'll definitely get an earworm that's stuck in your head, and it's really great. A lot of kind of harmonies as well, a lot of backing singing and some really kind of tight percussion background. Really great song, and I've really enjoyed it. And they've got a lot of music planned, so their most recent single that I mentioned, Now, is the first of 3 singles that will lead to a new album coming in a few months' time. So if you like what you hear from Chasing Deer, then please be sure to follow them on social media channels or on their website, and then you'll get updated anytime they release new music. But for now, here is a live performance of Always Been You by Chasing Deer.
I've been building this up, never found my goal, penning in this mud. I had someone I could really trust. Wish I'd never left, never gone, never given up. I'm the wave I'm feeling from teenage dreaming. Wish I could see this.
So finally this month we've got Forster. So Finn is a super talented singer-songwriter and he's from Middlesbrough. So Finn is very active on social media and I've seen him put out different things. I've seen him put out gig dates, live performances, covers of songs, different things on TikTok, all that sort of stuff. So if you're into his music, be sure to follow him on there. And he also has a website where he puts out all of his latest news and gigs and music, and it's finnforstermusic.com. And earlier this year he was actually selected as one of the ones to watch for 2023 by BBC introducing Tees, or Teesside, where he's from. So Finn has had some great gigging experience, so he's supported people like UB40 and the Sherlocks and the Raytons as well, who of course are really blowing up at the moment. And so, like I say, it's definitely worth checking out. So Finn most recently has released a new single and it's called Call You Mine, and it's got a really great video which I'll show you in a minute. And in the video he's being chased by a panda that's kind of stalking him, sending him messages and chasing him down. It's really nicely done and it's kind of a funny story as well that's told through the kind of lens of this music video. It's got kind of really nice acoustic backing, and then when it goes into the chorus it's got a little bit more that comes in with the kind of rhythmic section of the song, and Finn's vocals really kind of cut through, and it's a great story and feels a little bit introspective to me as well. So I hope you like it. Please be sure to follow Finn on his social media channels for upcoming news. And here's a little clip from his YouTube. This is Finn Forster with Call You Mine.
I need something easy to fix me. Lately I don't even know me. I've said it a million times. Long nights, sleep through the day and don't feel right. I always hide from the sunlight and start it all over again. Maybe do it to myself and take it slow. God only knows that I need help, but I won't go. 'Cause there ain't nobody gonna change my ways. Feeling down and out and counting down my days. Do things I regret so I can pass the time and picture the day that I will call you mine. Call you mine.
So thank you for watching. That was the most recent edition of the monthly music guide where I talk about 5 independent and or local musicians and some brilliant music they've released. If you enjoyed any of it, please be sure to go and listen to them and go and follow them on social media. And like I said, all the links you need are down in the description below. Also, if you enjoyed it, please be sure to check out the Spotify playlist. I've added the 5 songs that I mentioned, and there's lots and lots of talented musicians on there as well, so you might discover a few more gems too. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it, and if you are a musician that's going to release independent music, or you know of an independent musician who could really do with their music being shown to kind of further people, please let me know. I'm happy to have a listen. And if you like music related content on YouTube in general, please consider clicking the subscribe and notification bell buttons. If you do so, you'll get notified every single time I do a new video, and I try my best to do them roughly every week or so. Not only that, I don't only do things like this on YouTube, I also do my own music. I do vlogs related to what I've experienced as a musician, I do guitar lessons, I do reaction videos, I do gag reels, I do loads and loads of different content, all within the blanket of music related content on YouTube. So if you're into that at all, please consider subscribing to the channel, it really helps me out. Thanks very much, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.
Da, 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 da.